Welcome to Learn Commerce PU online classes. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Welcome to our first PU Computer Science online classes. In last class we know that we learned some of the important concept from chapter 8, the chapter named data types, and we know the meaning of the data type, and also we know the types of the data type are simple or fundamental data types and derived data types, and such derived data type also called as the complex data type. And we know that some example for the simple or fundamental data types: int, char, float, double, void. Correct? No? Okay. So, and we know some of the explanation about all kind of the data types are int, char, float, double, as well as the void here. And also we know the also we know the meaning of the derived, that is called as the complex data types. That means such derived are classified as the linear data structure and the non-linear data structure we already learned in our last class. Now let's, in today's class we are going to complete the next concept, that is from our chapter 8 data type, that the concept name is the modifiers. Okay, kya? The concept name only called as the modifiers here. So what about the modifiers? So we can say that the data type modifiers are, or some example for the modifiers are signed, okay, unsigned, long and short, and such modifier are going to used along with the data type. Clear this point here? Now we are in the concept of the modifiers, and I already said some example or the data type modifiers are the signed, S-I-G-N-E-D, signed, unsigned, long and short. And where we using such modifiers? So such one is used along with the data type. Okay, now we know some example for the modifier. Now let's start the meaning and each and every explanation about the modifiers. So C++ allows the char, int and double data type to have modifiers. Clear? That means by using or along with which data type is it able to use the modifiers. So we can say that the C++ allowing the data type like our int data type, char data type and double data type to use the modifier or to have the modifier preceding them. That means where we using before the data type we are going to use the modifiers. Okay, so one example I want to say as the otherwise just one simple example without using the modifier, we can write the example int b. Okay, int b, that means without using the modifier. But in case when you are going to use the modifier, then how you are going to write the example unsigned int b here. So just only I said it is just only the example. So I said such a modifier where we are going to use by using the data type int, char, double. Okay, kya? Have the modifier preceding them before the data type, we using the modifier unsigned int before the data type here. So the modifier is used to alter the meaning of the base type. Correct? No? Why we using the modifier? If you are using int b, that means here just only one variable is there, name of the variable is b, and such variable have the data type or declare the data type int here. That means any type of number we can use. Correct? No? Maybe the signed number, unsigned number, but in case if they specify the perfectly, that is unsigned int b here, that means is it possible to use the signed numbers with that here? No, because the modifier how we specify unsigned. Signed means -10. Okay, unsigned means just only the 10 here. So we can say that the modifier is used to alter the meaning of the base data type, to alter the meaning of the base type. That means it just only change the meaning of the data type when you are going to use signed, int b here, okay, that means minus 10. Unsigned int b, that means what? Just only the 10. So depend on the modifier, we can use the sign or without a sign integer numbers here. And also we can say that so that such modifier fit the situation of the various needs in this case here, or we can say that it more precisely fit the needs of the various situation. And I already said some of the modifiers are sign, unsigned and long and short here. So where we using the sign, unsigned, long and short? So we can say that the sign, unsigned, long and short can be applied to an data type integer. Clear this point here? So ಯಾವುದೇ ಇರಬಹುದು. So ಆ data type integer ಗೆ ನಾವು ಯಾವುದೆಲ್ಲ modifier use ಮಾಡಬಹುದು? Maybe the signed, okay, modifier, maybe the unsigned modifier, maybe the long modifier or the short modifier can be applied to our integer data type here. That means along the data type, along with the data type int here. And later next one, the sign and unsigned can be applied to char data type. Clear this point? Long and short we are not going to use with the char data type here. The sign and unsigned can be applied to our char data type. And lastly we can say that the long can be applied to the data type double. Clear this point here? So that means depend on the rules we are going to use the modifiers. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ? ಅದೇ ನಮ್ಮ sign, unsigned, long and short can be applied to our integer data type, and maybe sign and unsigned applied to our data type like our char here. And lastly we can say that the long data type, correct no here? The long modifier just only applied to the data type like our double data type here. So as we know that the modifiers are the sign, unsigned, long and short here. Now let's one example for the modifiers here. So the following two statements both declare unsigned integer variable. Clear this point here? That means I am going to write one example, and such example declare the both, or such example declare the unsigned integer variable. Clear this point here? Declared the unsigned integer variable. So the first example is the unsigned a semicolon. Okay, the unsigned a semicolon, that means a is the variable, a is the name of the variable, but such variable have the modifier is the unsigned. Okay, so that means we can use whatever the value that is going to use with the variable k, such value should be unsigned. Here we are not going to use any kind of the sign to the value of the variable. And later next one is about our unsigned int b here. So what about the variable name is the b here, but which type of modifier it have? It contain the modifier is the unsigned here, and we know that such modifier used along with the data type int, correct no here? So these are the example for the unsigned integer variable. So clear this point? So first one is also both are the same here, just only the statement declare, okay, they declare the unsigned integer variable, unsigned integer variable. The first example is the unsigned a here, the second example unsigned int b, just only the int value is missed in this case here. So clear this point here? So this is the example for our unsigned in this case here. So these two statements declare the unsigned integer variable, unsigned a, and now let's some of the list of the modifiers are, okay, some list of the modifiers are. So in this list I want to show three columns. The first column name is the type, the second column name is our, here we can say that the that means the size in bytes, okay, here the size in byte, whatever the size of the data type here, and lastly it shows the range of the characters or the range of the variable of the data type here. So the first one is we can say about our char, okay, as we know that it occupies the byte is equal to 1, correct no? The char is the name of the data type, as we know that the primitive or primary data type name is the char here, char. So size in byte, it occupies 1 byte of memory space for each variable 1, and the range of capacity is the -128 to 127 here, or together we can say for the char variable as the 0 to 255. Clear this point here, the 0 to 255 in this case here. And later next one, this second, it is just only the list for your knowledge in this case here. So unsigned char, okay kya, as we know that the signed and unsigned char only apply to our char data type. So this one is the signed, we can say that, and this one is called as the unsigned char. So unsigned char also occupies here 1 byte of memory space and the range of capacity 0 to 255. Clear this point here because it's a char signed data type, okay, char signed data type here. So minus 128 to 127 we can say here. And later next one, unsigned char, it occupies 1 byte 0 to 255 here. And later next one is about after that signed unsigned, in this case we can say that the signed char, it also occupies 1 byte here and range of capacity minus 128 to 127. Clear this point? So we already know, I already explained in case of the explanation of the char variable, correct here. And later next one, after completing about our char, as we know that because the modifier signed unsigned apply to the char variable or char data type. So signed, unsigned, and the size in bytes 1 and 1, and we know that the sign minus 128 to 127 and the 0 to 255. Okay, now shall we take to our next data type. The name of the next data type is the int, int, as we know the spelling of the int, int. And what about the size in bytes? The size in bytes, that is equal to 2 here, it occupied 2 byte of memory space, correct now? And later next one is about our int, that is minus 32,768 to 32,767. It is the range of capacity of the int data type, okay. So totally it contains how many numbers? That means 0 to 65, 535 here. So we can say that int data type, it occupies 2 bytes here, and this is the range of capacity of the int, okay. And as we know that the int apply to the signed, unsigned, long and short, correct now? So first of all I want to take the type is the unsigned int, that means no any sign. Clear this point here, unsigned int, and we know that no any changes in the size in bytes, the size in bytes that is equal to 2 only, but unsigned that is equal to 0 to 65, 535, okay kya? So it is the range of the number, so that means still there we can take the number for the int data type here. And later next one is the sign int, okay. Sign int means sure we need to use the minus sign, okay, before going to take the number here. So sign int, as we know that the size in bytes that is equal to 2, no any changes, maybe signed or unsigned, the byte of the or the size in bytes that is equal to 2 only in case of the int here, 2. And we know that sign int, that means sure we need to write the minus 32,768 to 32,767, that is the range of capacity of our sign int. Clear this point here, okay. And later next one, after completing the sign and unsigned int, now let's go for our short int, correct now? I already said sign, unsigned, long and short can be applied to the integer data type. So next thing I want to take, that is the short int, okay. The short int, no changes in this size in byte, the size in byte that is equal to 2 only here, but it is the short int, that is the range of capacity minus 32,768 to 32,767, okay kya? It is the range of capacity we can take for the short int. Till there we can use the numbers that is equal or called as the short int numbers here. And later next one, unsigned short int, okay kya? The unsigned short int here, as we know that the size in bytes that is equal to 2, so the unsigned, that means no any signs, then sure 0 to 65,535, okay, 0 to 65,535 here. And later after completing the unsigned short int here, the short, first of all I selected the short int, later words I go for the unsigned short int here. Now let's sign short int, okay, the sign short int, as we know that the size in bytes that is equal to 2 here, and the sign short int, sign means sure we need to use the sign, correct no kya, before taking the number kya, so we can say that 32,768 to 32,767 here, okay, it is just only the range of capacity, it is not important concept, but also you have to remember it, what's the range of the capacity of each data variable, okay. And later next one is about our long int, as we know that now just we completed first of all int, then I go for the unsigned int, sign int here, then short int, after that unsigned short int here, and later next one sign short int, and we completed till that, and after that we can say that about our long int, okay, the long int, so long int, the size in the long int, the size is 4 bytes, clear this point here, 4 bytes, and this is the range of the capacity 147, 483, 647 to 147. So till range of capacity we can use in our long integer numbers, clear this point here. So long int, this is the capacity, the range of capacity of the long int numbers here, and later next one is the sign long int, okay, as we know that the size in byte that is equal to 4, and it is also the same like our long int range of capacity only, that is 2, 147, 483, 647 to 147, 483, 647, and later next one after completing long int, sign long int, now let's the unsigned long int, okay, the unsigned long int here, that means size in byte that is equal to 4 here, and when you are going to add these two will get this value, clear this point here, when you are going to add minus 2, 147, 483, 647 to our plus, or we can say that addition of 2, 147, 483, 647 will get unsigned long int value, that is 0 to 4, 294, 967, 295, clear this point. So when you are going to add these two, we will get the answer for the unsigned long int here, and we know that the size in byte that is equal to 4 bytes, okay, and later next one let's go for our next data type, that is called as the float data type here. So the float, as we know that it occupies 4 byte of memory space, okay, the float it occupies 4 byte of memory space, and later next one the range of capacity minus 3.4e minus 38 to 3.4e 38, correct no? So this is the range of the capacity, as we already know about this one in our simple or fundamental data type, and after completing the float, the next data type name is the double, and we know that it occupies the 8 byte of memory space, correct no? The double, if you are declaring any variable by taking the data type double, that means such variable occupies 8 byte of memory space here, and later the range of capacity minus 1.7e minus 308 here, so this is the range of capacity, so 1.7e 308, clear this point here, and later next one lastly we can say about our long double, okay, so the long double, that means the long double range of capacity is the 10 in this case here, and later next one lastly we can say that minus 1.7e minus 308 to 1.7e 308. So all are the sum list, and sum list is called as the sum list of the modifiers. So clear the meaning of the modifier here, that means we know that some example for the modifier signed, unsigned, long and short here, and such modifier used along with the data type. So in this example here, that means here unsigned A, correct no, but here I used unsigned int B, so like that also we can use, otherwise we can use in our like our first example here. So such modifier we can use with the data type char, int and the double. So clear this point here about our modifier, and also the list of the modifier char, unsigned char, signed char, int, unsigned int, signed int, short int, unsigned short int here, and signed short int, long int, sign long int here, unsigned long int, float double, and lastly the long double. Now, in last class we know that we studied some important concept of the modifiers, correct no? The meaning of the modifiers and also what are the data types going to join in our modifiers, that are signed, unsigned, long and short here, and also when you are going to use modifiers with the data type, then sure it going to alter the meaning of the base type. One example for the modifier, unsigned int b, correct no? Used with the data type. So modifier is the unsigned, clear, okay? Now we know that, and such modifier can be used with the data type int, char and double. Okay, now after completing some explanation about the modifier and some list of the modifiers by using the table, the last concept of this chapter, the concept is the user defined data types. Okay, here as we know that here type of the data types are that the first data type is the simple or fundamental data types, and second one is called as the derived, that is called as complex data type. As we know that the simple fundamental data type, primary or primitive data type, not composed of any other data type. That means such a data type is not constructed by using any other data type. So this is the meaning of the simple or fundamental data type. And I said derived data type, such data type is constructed by using simple or fundamental data types, correct no kya? Now let's the user defined data type. So in our user defined data type, I also want to say as these are also constructed using our simple or fundamental data type. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ನಾವು user defined data type ಹೇಗೆ construct ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು? The user defined data type is constructed by using the data type like our simple or fundamental data type. Okay, now the some of the example of the user defined data type are here, the structures, class, okay, union and enumerated data type. Clear this point here? So now whatever I said all are the example of the user defined data type. That means such a data type defined by the user, and such a data type is constructed by using simple or fundamental data type. Examples are the structure, class, union, and last data type name is the enumerated data type. Now let's we are going to explain some meaning of the enumeration. Okay, so the last data type is the enumerated data type. So an enumeration is a user defined data type. As we know that the meaning of the user defined data type constructed using simple or fundamental data type. So an enumeration is a user defined data type, correct no kya? And here we can say that means such that or the enumeration, we know that it's a user defined data type and it consisting of a set of named constant. That means in our enumeration, while going to create the list of the enumeration, we using some of the constant set of names. Clear this point? And later I will tell how to write the syntax for the enum. Okay, so now just only I am telling the explanation. That means such enum or the enumeration or the enumerated data type consisting of a set of named constant, and such named constant is called as the enumerators. Clear this point here? Is called as the enumerators, and for the enumerator we using the keyword, the name of the keyword is called as the enum. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ? ನಾವು enumeration data type list ಅನ್ನು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಕೀವರ್ಡ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. So the name of the keyword is called as the enum. Okay kya? And that assign the value of 0, 1, 2 automatically. If no any value, if you are providing explicit value ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏನು? For example, in this example I provided the explicit value. Small value is equal to 10, medium value is equal to 100, large value is equal to 1000. Explicitly, openly I used some of the value for the variable of the list. Correct no kya? Implicit ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ automatically if you are not using any explicit value, then enum automatically assign the value of 0, 1, 2 automatically to the list of the variable. So clear this point here? Enumeration ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ? So ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಕೀವರ್ಡ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ? So we can say that it is also a enumerator or enumeration is a user user defined data type constructed using simple or fundamental data types here, and later next one, it contain or it consisting of a set of named constant, and later such one is called as the enumerator, and here we using the keyword name is called as the enum here. If you are providing explicit value, that means the keyword not going to assign 0, 1, 2. If you are using implicit value, then sure that assign the list numbers to the variable as the 0, 1, 2 automatically here. Okay, now let's next thing about the syntax for the enum. Okay, how to write the syntax for the enum. So here we can say that the syntax enum, opening of the square bracket, tag, closing of the square bracket, then opening of the flower bracket, enum list here, closing of the flower bracket. If you want, you can use the hyphen also. Clear this point. If you want, you can use the hyphen. It's not necessary you have to use the hyphen here. So enum list, closing of the flower bracket. Now this is called as the for definition of the enumerated type. That means here I want to define the enumerated type here. The list is there. What are the list I want to use? So just only I am going to define the enumerated type. So this is the comment line. As we know that comment line means the understandable line. Very easily we can understand what's the meaning of each line, each code, correct no? So we can say that the syntax for the enum tag, enum list, and this is called as the for definition of the enumerated type here. So before going to define, we should declare the tag. Clear this point here. So how to write the syntax for the tag here? So the enum tag declarator, enum tag declarator. So before going to write this line, first of all we need to declare the tag of the enum. Okay, should remember it. First of all we need to declare the tag of the enum here. So this is how to write enum tag declarator, and this is called, or we can write the understandable line as the for declaration of the variable of type tag. Okay, so this is just only the comment line. Nimge artha aglikke a coding in a meaning enu. Okay, for declaration of the variable of type tag. So artha aita ellarige. So first of all we should declare the tag here, and laterwards we are going to create the list. Okay, now first of all I want to declare the tag. So the tag name is the my enum type. Okay, my enum type is the tag name. So how I am going to declare the tag name, going to declare as the enum my enum type. Okay, enum my enum type semicolon. That means we already declared the tag. Now after declaring the tag, anytime we can use such a tag here. So such tag I am using as the enum my enum type. Okay, tag name is the my enum type here. I already said, correct no? So how to write enum then my enum type, my enum type. So that is called as the declaration of the type tag, correct no? The declaration of the variable of type tag. Now later words I am using, that is called as the for definition of the enumerated type here. So enum, they are going to start by using the keyword enum only, enum my enum type here, and later the enum list just only I want to create as the alpha, beta, gamma. Clear this point here. The alpha, beta, gamma. Here no any values are we provided to the variable, correct no? So we know that if no value are provided to the list of the enum type, then sure it assign the value 0, 1, 2 automatically. So here alpha takes the value of 0, beta takes the value of 1, and gamma takes the value of 2. So clear this point here. So this is the example of the enumerated type. Okay here, enumerated type here. Now let's one more example. So before going to take the enum tag, we need to declare the tag. The name of the tag is the choice, correct here? So I already declared, you have to imagine it, I already declared the tag. Now after the declaration of the tag, now directly I am going to use the syntax enum tag, enum list here. So just only the syntax I want to use as the enum. They are going to start by using the keyword enum only, enum choice, correct no? Then list is the maybe any type of the list we can use, very bad, bad, good, very good, satisfactory, excellent. So all are the list of the enum list. Clear this point here? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ? ಮೊದಲಿಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಟ್ಯಾಗ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳುವ ಮುಂಚೆ ನಾವು ಡಿಕ್ಲೇರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಆ ಡಿಕ್ಲೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ನಂತರ ಟ್ಯಾಗ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು enum ಟ್ಯಾಗ್ ಮತ್ತೆ enum ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಬಹುದು. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್? ಅಂಡ್ ಲೇಟರ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ನೋ ಎನಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ, ದಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ implicit manner. So because of this the enum assigning the value 0, 1, 2 automatically. But what about in this example? So in this example enum foot size, opening of the flower bracket, small is equal to 10, comma, medium value is equal to 100, comma, large value is equal to 1000. So here we can say that we can also provide explicit value for the enum constant. Correct? No, not only the implicit value ಆದ್ರೆ 0, 1, 2 automatically assign ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಗೆ. ಅದೇ ನಾವು explicit openly ಆಗಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಆಗ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ? So in this example we can say that where the variable small takes the value of 10 here and medium takes the value of 100 and large takes the value of 1000. So clear this point here? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ? ಇದು implicit, that means no value means 0, 1, 2 here. If you are providing the value explicitly, then for the enum constant that means it going to assign the value 10, 100, 1000 depend on your value. Okay, so what's the value you are using, such value going to assign to the variable list here, enum list. So clear this point about our enumerated data type here. Okay, now after the enumerated data type, the last concept of this chapter, that is C++ enum type conversion rule. ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ರೂಲ್ ಇದೆ. So enum type conversion rule. Okay, so now first of all point number A, this rule apply to C++ only. Clear this point here? Concept ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ನಾವು ಯಾವ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ? The concept name is the C++ enum type conversion rule. So now we are in the first point of the concept. The first point is this rule, whatever the rule is there in our C++ enum type conversion rule, this rule apply only to the language, programming language. The programming language is the C++. Okay, here second point. The second point we can say that here there is an implicit conversion from enum type to int. Clear this point here? There is an implicit conversion from enum type to int type here. That means we can say that whatever the conversion is there, we can do the conversion from enum type to the int type. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು legal conversion ಇದೆ. So ಯಾವ legal conversion ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ಬಹುದು? So we can say that there is an implicit conversion that is from enum type to int here. So one example I want to say as the first of all we know that it going to start by using the keyword enum. Okay, now the tag name is the my enum type here. We know that before going to take any tag we need to declare. So we already declared by using the keyword enum my enum type, and second time I am going to use such a definition as a definition. So enum my enum type here, and later some of the list I want to use as the alpha, beta, gamma. Okay, it is the enum list here. Now whatever the conversion rule or the list is the legal, sorry, okay, it is the legal in this case here. So we can say that for example when you are going to make the conversion that is from enum ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದು? alpha, beta, gamma. It is the example for the enum type. Correct? No? So when you are going to make a conversion from beta to int I, this type of conversion is legal conversion. Okay, kya? Now what's the value assigned to the beta here? So we can say that alpha takes the value 0, beta takes the value 1, and gamma takes the value 2 here. So in this case we can say that what's the value of the beta? The beta value is the 1. Okay, the beta value is the 1 in this case here. So here we can say that the I gives the value of 1. Okay, so that means such a value going to assign to the integer variable I here. So this type of conversion is legal conversion. Okay, yava conversion? Legal conversion in our C++ enum type, the conversion from enum enum type to int. It is the legal type of conversion. So how I converted? That means the enum type going to convert to the integer type here. So because now beta also takes the value 1 and also integer I give the value of 1 here. And later next one 3 plus beta that is equal to int I. Okay kya? Now conversion ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ? ನಮ್ಮ left side ಇಂದ right side ಗೆ ಮಾಡುದಿಲ್ಲ, right side to left side. So this type, okay, this side we need to make the conversion. Now 3 plus beta, what's the value of the beta? It's 1. 3 plus 1, 4. Now here we can say that j, okay, no, the integer j gives the value of 4 in this case here. So this type of conversion is legal conversion. Okay, so we can say that the enum type to int type conversion is a legal type of conversion. But also the third point we can say about our in case of our C++ enum type conversion rule, on the other hand C++ does not support the conversion or an implicit conversion from int to the enum type. Okay kya? Enum in the int ಗೆ legal conversion, enum to int it's a legal conversion, but our C++ not or does not support the conversion that is from our int to enum type. Okay, so this type of conversion is always illegal. Clear this point here? So we can say that one example we can say. So we know that this is about our, we know that the enum to int, it is a legal type of conversion, correct? No, enum to int, but int to enum, correct? The int, that means the number 2 to enum, my enum type x is equal to 2 here. So int to enum, this type of conversion is always illegal, should not be allowed by the compiler. This type of conversion not support by the compiler here. Or the another example we can say that my enum type y value is equal to 105 here. So here also we can say that whether it's a legal type of conversion, here also we can say that it is a illegal type of conversion not supported by our compiler. Okay, should not be allowed by the compiler. So this is some of the rules of the C++ enum, yeah, C++ enum type conversion rule. So ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? C++ enum type conversion rule, ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ರೂಲ್ ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಆಗ್ತದೆ? C++ ಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ. ಸೊ ಯಾವ ಕನ್ವರ್ಷನ್ ಲೀಗಲ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಷನ್? enum ಇಂದ int ಗೆ ಲೀಗಲ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಷನ್ ಕಿಯ. ಅದೇ ನಾವು int ಇಂದ enum ಗೆ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಇಲ್ಲಿಗಲ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಷನ್, such one not supported by the our compiler here. So all are the explanation. Now just we completed this chapter. Okay, the data type, it's a very small chapter and but very important chapter also. Thank you.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.